and we'll start talking about this brand new pipe. Why is this thing always gives me issues? This gimbal. We're supposed to get internet out here in the shop again starting Tuesday, and then we'll be able to do it right side up and upside down, and everything will be correct. So that's the plan of attack. So there we are. So we're just kicking it out here in the shop, doing our thing. Get the table a little closer. There we go. Oh, there we are. We got the brand new Savinelli. Savinelli. It's backwards, but there you go. So it comes with I got it at Tobacco World up in Spokane. And it's come with a little bag and all the little goodies. It's pretty nice. It's a nice little deal. I'm here to tell you that it is it's better than the cheap pipe. There's no doubt about it. It's night and day difference. So yeah, that's the difference there. And then we're gonna load it here with a little Colt. So the Colt, that's pretty cool stuff. Get it all topped off here. We'll get her lit up. Away it'll go. So we got nobody on here yet. What is going on? So I got one person. What is happening out there in YouTube land? We only got one guy or girl or person. There you got more than one. Can you hear me yet? Hello, what are you doing? Atlanta. So I am out here messing with the car like I always do in the evenings and winding down, and I'm going to light up this brand new Savinelli that I smoked. Not brand new now because I smoked it yesterday. And then I'm going to do a little Colt that he recommended there from Tobacco World there in Spokane, Washington. And yeah, this is that Savinelli. It's the Bing that everybody likes, I guess. There's a difference between a cheap pipe and a good pipe. I'm telling you right here. So yeah, it's definitely different. We'll get her going. And I got Fire Plane 14. Hi, hey, what's up? What wood is it made from? It's a briar, I believe. It's a Savinelli. Um, was not cheap. It's the rustic. It's called Bing's Favorite. Got a little golf club on it. So yeah, it's a very, very nice, very nice. I got some cheap pipes over here, and this one is definitely not one of those. And then says, okay, cool. And then can you? Maybe. And then what's up, Rob? What's up? What's up? And then nice. And what weed you got? It's called Colt. Not weed though. It's a tobacco. Tobacco. And stepping up to a nice new pipe is definitely a difference. Even a new pipe smoker like myself, it's noticeable. Let's get it going here. Woo! Lots of smoke. Let's see here. I'm underage, but it looks cool. All right, very good. Yep. I'm overage. I just started smoking it at 57, so it a buddy of mine told me that how do you say it? He goes, give a man a pipe, gives him something to contemplate about, a smart man to contemplate about, or it gives an idiot something to stick in his mouth. So mix in weed. And then Rod says tobacco is bad for you. Probably. Probably is. What, it is what it is. So little rings, huh? So yeah, we're just sitting out in the garage, out in the Jimmy James garage and hanging out. Nice Chevrolet. Is that a 56? That's a 55. 55 Chevrolet. And thank you. It's a very nice car and appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. Yeah, but got me my new pipe. Figure I'd have to go on YouTube and show it off. Oh, there it is. And it's not super long, but it's not real short. I got a real long one over there, a church warden, and I like it, but it's got quite a few here. That's the long one. That's quite a bit longer. So there you go. Gives you kind of the idea. Well, that's a neat pipe. That's the Danco church warden. Not super expensive, but it's a nice pipe. It's a good one. I mean, they make them more expensive than the Savinelli, also this Italian Savinelli, but it's for me, it's expensive, and there's a difference. There's a big difference. But I do have this one. This one's really cool. Look at this one. That's my ZZ Top pipe. So yeah, I got a collection of them. So got a whole bunch of them. And then so Phil, what's up, Phil? What's up? What's up? It says my grandpa Jack was a pipe smoker. Is that the same grandpa that had your truck? He's a cool guy, huh? And then Keisha Moore says, "Get high, little boy." And Phil, what's up? Yes, sir. Okay, that's cool. So a lot of you guys don't know. Phil has um, one of the. I wouldn't say one. He has an amazing Ford truck. Amazing. I mean, it's just over the top. Don't tell him I said it's amazing, but yeah, it's freaking badass. It's really cool. Um, and he has lots of hardware to prove it. And Dana said hello, hello. And Timoth said hi. Nice pipe. Yeah, it's a Savinelli, and it's a Bing's favorite. Oh, come on. It's just okay, Phil says. Yeah. Yeah. Okay would be is, well, I mean, if you're into that shiny, nice, perfect paint, amazing truck, I guess it's okay. Wins about every award it enters in a show. If that's what you're talking about, okay, yeah, it's just okay. Oh. And then ERP gaming, pipes are better than cigarettes. So I've never smoked cigarettes. I've never smoked cigars for the most part. Had an occasional one with a buddy on because it was something happened. It was that kind of stuff. But um, I just found my father-in-law's pipe collection back from way back when, and we smoked it, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. So I ended up going kind of crazy, and I think there's like 10 or 12 of them here, something like that. And then Phil says, my stuff is way cooler. I don't know. It just got more dents and more scratches. I don't think it's cooler, but yeah, it's He's being humble. I mean, my stuff isn't on detail spray, so there's that. Me non old enough to be on that stuff. Hey, no wrong, nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't be. I didn't start till 57 years old, so you got plenty of time. Take your time. This pipe, probably a couple hours. Smoking it like this, puffing hard on it, and it's not really getting warm yet. But it lasts quite a bit. Doesn't last as long. It just depends how long you drag on it. But if you just kind of sip on it, a little bit of a puff here and there, it'll last an hour or longer. Well, well, well. What a peculiar, distinguished gentleman. Why, yes. So I'm trying to add 10 IQ points. So that's why I got the pipe out. So I can add 10 points to the, so I can at least break 80. And then good boy, Gramps. I am a grandfather. I have 3 grandkids. Put some meth in that bowl. That's what I'm not going to do. I want to keep my house. A good cigar sounds good right now. Probably does. I got the shop door wide open here. We're out here looking at the horses that we moved over to the other pasture. I got the drink truck parked in the way because we're working on it. But yeah, it's 73 or 4 degrees out, not a breeze. Just nice and calm, and it's pretty good. I have this hat for sale. It says, Jimmy James Garage. It's, flipped around because the camera's on backwards, but I have them for sale. And um, my Shopify should be going probably next week. Hopefully we get it done, but I have them for sale. And you need one, Phil, you let me know. We'll get you hooked up. And then Timothy JKJK, Nick G, nice pipe, thank you. It is a Savinelli. It's the Bing's favorite, after Bing Crosby. I'm really dating myself because Bing Crosby was my grandparents' era, but I remember him, so a nice glass of Coke when you use an old-fashioned Coke glass after you freeze it, a glass pour cold Coke in, nothing better. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to do it there, Bucky. And then John Boy was what? WSPP, okay. What's up? I'll trade you some detail spray for one. You got it. We can do that. I like trading. Trading's a good thing. Yep. So, because I'm going to need some detail spray. This thing's almost, it should have fired today. I just did other things. I got one wire to finish on the one wire alternator. It's done. I just hook up the little bolt on it, and I got to change the oil because I had the water leak. So I don't know if there's any water down there, but it's time to change oil anyway. So I don't want to start it without that, but then it'll be ready to go. And then I'm a Donahue. Oh, I've seen you before. What's up? Johnny Boy, yo. Pug said hi. Jay, hey, bro, what's up? Hi, Johnny Boy. And then Hill. Pug says Hill. Pug Gaming. I think I might have lost my flame here. Too much talking. How's the tap truck coming along? So it's coming along. The truck runs. My son was going to come over next week, and we were going to finish the brackets for the above shelf, and he was going to build for this because I got it sitting right here. So for the jockey box, or the jumper, but this is the jumper box. But for the jumper box, he's gonna build a little frame for it, and so it sits at the right height, so we can shorten up the runs to the tap. But I am gonna be in. I'm gonna be somewhere else, picking up something kind of cool. I'm keeping it a secret, but it was the very first vehicle I ever drove. Let's just put it that way, and it's extremely sentimental. and I'm going to do a complete video on it. And so it's been in my, it's not actually my blood family, but it's been in my family. Um, well, I first rode in it when I was like 4, and it come from this, family member's uncle that he got it from, and it's been sitting in his shop, and he passed away, and it's kind of a sad deal. But anyways, I said I have to go grab it, and it'll be it'll be right. In fact, I got a little spot cleared out right there for it. I got to get it running because it hasn't run in a long time, but it's been in the shop a long, long time. And I'm gonna do a whole video on that and everything. So I don't want to get too far involved with it, but it's really cool. It's really cool, and it's a vintage vehicle. I'll just put it that way. Very vintage, very old. Let's see here. I like Jimmy James Garage. Thank you, appreciate it. Me too. Thank you so much. And then he's cute. All right, I'm not gonna argue with that. Um, King J Dog, hey, what's up? Johnny Boy, happy me happy. All right, good. And then we got a M Mango something freaking tough, bro. Those know mango. Ronald's. I don't know what all that means, but hope it's good. But it's lit back again. This thing is so much better than the regular other small pipe. So it draws just so smooth. I mean, it's amazing how a cheap pipe and an expensive one, what the difference is. So, and then it said it's good, and then really good, and then mango is so good. All right, that's all good stuff to me. So, Phil, I did enter in for Hot August Nights. I was thinking about not, and I did it the last minute. So I saved the money, and I just entered the 55. So I'll just bring that down, and it's running. It's not like a slick 65 or anything like that, but it's a nice car. It's not a 10, but it's not a 2. So it'll be good to go to all the shows. We're not going to just park at one spot. We're going to go to all the shows this year and kind of drive in and out, and that car is good for that. So I will be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I don't know if I'm gonna do the Virginia City thing. If I do, I'll just take the truck up and just hang out. I don't know what Chris and Jody are doing. I think they're going, but I'll have to get Chris and find out. So hey, I'll give you a hint there. Yeah, the Henrys are coming. And Phil, I'll give you a hint when I'm going to pick up. Hannah showed up with her, was it 442, her Cutlass? And there was another vehicle there that she showed up there with. It's kind of like that. Yeah, VC will be a disaster. Hit it. I heard they're going to let people drive through. Good luck with that. I don't know why they're doing that. Why even bother? I mean, would you park your car on the side of that narrow ass road with all those people running around and cars driving by all day long? No thanks. No thanks. You would now be patina. So then you would be really cool because it would be, instead of perfect shiny paint that's flawless, you'd have patina. So you could look at it like that. I don't know what they're thinking. So I think it was kind of we're still going to open no matter what happened last year. And this is just kind of how they did it. So I don't know. Like you said, not a chance. You have too much work into that to have that happen. I believe you are Jesus, and we're witnessing the second coming. Okay, Bull Monkey, if I'm Jesus, we're in trouble. Believe me. Um, yeah, there's nothing like, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to be that, and I'm not saying that we don't believe in that, but what I'm saying is I am nowhere freaking near that. Not even if he does 10 things right, I'm at 1. So So yeah, not that. Maybe someday. I don't know. Probably not. Yay. All right, Johnny boy. If you say so, doesn't bother me none. All good, as long as you're a car guys. And I'm not. You're not a car guy. Well, you need to be a car guy. You need to become one. Johnny boy, I love cars. All right, yeah, cars and trucks. That's kind of what I'm about. Vroom vroom. It's the best. Me too. Yeah, I've been kind of about these pipes, boy. They about damn put you to sleep though. I ride bike with Johnny. All right. Well, that's good. What's in the pipe? So it's called Colt. So supposedly that is a one heck of a tobacco. So they say it's a neat little tin. So I got that, and then I got some other stuff, but it is good. It's really smooth, and it's not burning my tongue at all. And oh, it's good stuff. And so the guy in Spokane, my grandson had to go do a little procedure up there. No big deal, all good. And I went over to Tobacco World, and I'm gonna give that dude a shout out. I don't know, I gave him a thing. So Tobacco World, that guy, Doug, I think his name was. Yeah, Doug. Doug was a super help to me. I told him, hey, I'm new at this pipe stuff and never smoked weed or any of that kind of thing. And he says, well, here's what you need. Kind of run me through it. And then all of a sudden he leads me over to the Savinelli, Bing special here, or Bing's favorite, I should say. Next thing you know, I'm walking out, and then I went back and bought more. So, what do we say? Okay, we got the pipe, cars. Cars are worse than drugs. That's a fact, Jack. Or that's a fact, Phil. I mean, every time I turn around, especially just doing, all I did was just put intake manifold gasket on. And you wouldn't believe the money I spent on absolutely nothing. I can't show you one thing. The only thing I did different in here is I put an aluminum rod for where the old steel one factory was. I did aluminum so it polish up, look nice, and that was only $4. So the one thing that you can really notice here was $4. Everything else was hundreds of dollars at the end of the day. I mean, freaking paint's like $10 a can now. It's terrible. Some things are really expensive. Let's see here. What's in that pipe? Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Colt, and then Sigma boy, and then a happy hand, and put me at gunpoint last week. Well, don't put him at gunpoint. That's not good. And then there's a little YouTube fast forward thing. It's really cool. You put marijuana in with it. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. And the main reason is the tobacco is probably bad enough. That's the last thing I need is any weed in it. So I won't get anything done then. Who doesn't? I'm a bad boy. Let's see. Cars are my hobby. What kind of car do you have there, John boy? Makes you look like Sherlock Holmes with a pipe. So Sherlock Holmes would be like this. You had it down. He has the more. I don't have a Sherlock Holmes pipe. I think the closest one I have is maybe this one. That's a ZZ Topper. So let's see. John boy, I'm really big car guy. Okay, but you're still a kid, John or Johnny. I'm 47. Yeah, 47 is getting up there. What is your good Go-to oil. I use the Valvoline in most of these things. I use the high zinc 2050 and all this stuff. That's probably my go-to. If it's going to be a new modern stuff, I usually use like a mobile one. But what would be yours then? Let's see. You lost your fire gun. I know I did. I got it back. See? Oh, I think I lost it. There we go. Probably need a tamp. Oh, that's good. So G13 992, and then Johnny Boy Porsche, and then Donahue. Goodbye. See ya. Have a nice night. Glad you could stop by. Make sure you do the like, subscribe thing. So somebody was asking earlier how long this pipe lasts. Well, 26 minutes so far. Thank you. Yep, thank you. Appreciate you stopping by. Come back when you can stay longer. And then your flooring says, "Hi, Daddy." Oh no, I'm not unless you have DNA to prove it. And then my bride would be very upset with me, and she's probably watching. So I have to be very, very careful. Love your beard. Well, thank you. Of course, I need to shave. This is getting kind of long here, but you know. And Jeremiah says, "That's an awesome garage, bro. Thank you." And look at we got a chicken. Look at that chicken. He's up on the truck. Big dummy, get off my truck. So when you call it the farm truck, so it's the cattle truck mobile bar. There he goes. Up, he's down. I don't know what that rooster was doing up on my truck. So, and then this right here, that's the jumper box that's going to go on the taps, and we're going to build the awning, and that's why it's parked out there. I got to get inside here and get her done. Just haven't done it. Oh, all right, Mason Friday. Why does a chicken not wear pants? I don't have a clue. Why does a chicken not wear pants? His peckers on his face. That's a good one. uh, that's good enough to repeat. That's a good one. A lot of times we get on these YouTube lives and we get some real dumb ones, but that was a great one. That would we have to rate that one? I would say between 1 and 10, I would give that probably like an 8 or maybe even a 9. That was pretty good. I like it. So far, Mason, you got the best joke of the night. Well, any other questions we got out there? I saw the chicken that made me think of it. Well, we got lots of chickens here, so we have lots of chickens. They're all heading back to the barn right now. I'm gonna move here. I got to stand up a little bit, so let's do a little walk around here. There's the old Safari. I don't know, Phil, if you've seen that, but that's the Pontiac Safari, a 1956. That was supposed to be done next, but this other project I'm picking up is not. It's going to have to go before that. So we got some metal out here. But yeah, this is what we look at every day. Let's just go on the hood of the truck here. Yeah, but that's it. So put that thing back a little bit. But yeah, the chickens are heading inside. We got some miniature horses. They go in that little spot right there. And then they also have another barn they go into, but that's just when they're out and about. Doesn't really show the whole, because yeah, you can't see the mountains on the camera, I noticed, but it looks like it's cloudy, but it's not. So let's see. I need a wagon. I know that wagon is cool. So I sold mine, obviously, and then I bought this one back. I had this before, and I really like the Safari or the Nomad type thing, and I wanted one patinaed. This one's already got primer on, so it's going to have to get painted, I think. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. We have the Steelies on the 55 for Hot House Nights. That is the plan. So what I'm going to do is, this was the plan today to get it up and finished. But a buddy of mine was looking at some property here, and I had to go drive over, and that guy I work with is a mechanic. He's looking to move here. And so I had to go drive to Grangeville, do that. And then we moved fencing. We moved these little white poles right here. So we've been setting this up like it's all eaten down where these chickens are. So we'll bring the horses out here and feed them out here to take all this down, which they do a great job with, better than me mowing it. And then I mowed the backyard and screwed with that. And then we put another wire in, and the cow stepped over it and knocked it down. And so I just went, screw it, they can have the whole field. So, and they're just out here right now. They're just out there. I don't know if you can see them or not. Let's see if I can blow it up. So there they are behind the trees. Oh, there they are. So can't really see them too well. You can see the world's biggest donkey, and then you can see the two minis and the other little donkeys there somewhere. And so they got their new little spot. They're pretty excited. So they're gonna mow all that down for us. That's a couple acre pasture. They'll knock it down here, and I'm thinking they'll knock it down in probably 2 weeks. It'll all be knocked down. Let's see. Mason Friday, nice land, Jimmy. That looks beautiful. Thanks. We do live in a neat spot here in north central Idaho. I look over the entire Camas Prairie and Cottonwood. I love you can kind of see it all. But Cottonwood is right. It's not coming across in the camera very well. Let me flip it around. Let me do a flip. So yeah, that's what they call Cottonwood, Idaho, right there. Oh, you can see the mountains when I zoom in. I don't know if I can see the. Yeah, you can kind of see them. Yeah, there you go. There's old Buffalo Hump and all that, and the Seven Devils. You can see them if I get down here a little farther. So I'm gonna let this pasture heal right here, right in front of us. This one here, and then yeah, you can see the Seven Devils there through the trees. They're still white capped. Doesn't come across very good in pictures, but yeah, it's so yeah, that's our view from our house. So this is it, and then that's what we look at every day. And of course, there's the 53. They got moved out because I had to work on the 55 and want a lot of room. It'll have to go back in here in the next week or so. But yeah, that's it. That's called the Camas Prairie. No, not shiny paint. I know, probably not. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but because it doesn't have paint on it, it's got primer. So I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll just leave it primer and drive it and put all the chrome back on it. We all live such short lives. What elevation there? So right at my house is 4,000 feet. In Cottonwood down below us, it's about 3,400. And then Grangeville, so here's Grangeville. We can see all the way to Grangeville. That's 20 miles away. There's Grangeville right there. So that's the county seat of Grangeville right there at the base of that mountain. And I think there's 3,500 people. That's the biggest city in our county. And then Cottonwood is like 900, and that's Cottonwood right there. Kind of in that little valley. And they're at 3,500. So that gives you kind of an idea of what we're looking at there. And then let's see what else we got here. Yep, and there's the old rooster. And you can see where the cows tore the fence up. So that fence is all coming out as soon as Berg gets harvested, which is any time now. He is for sale. So if anybody wants a full beef that's been grained for 8, 9 months or so and eats all this unbelievable grass we have here. There's the animals. And then great spot you have, Jimmy, great views. I'm sure it's peaceful. It's very quiet, you know. We're just out here and my grandkids got the little place set on the patio and yeah, the house wraps around and all that. So, and then up there's the windows overlook. So when you're in the living room, you can look at all this. So yeah, it's the house is elevated, so it's really nice. You're up even higher. I'm down here at the lower part of the property. But yeah, no, it's a neat place. Of course, I made a mess today moving fence, and I got to clean that up, and that's what I want to do. And I lit a pipe instead and got on YouTube. So I can do it tomorrow. It ain't going nowhere. Well, yeah, that's it. This is what they call a little sacrifice area with the water. So they come into this area, and then that's why it's all green, is I had all the electrical fence right there to keep them off it. But now the animals are out here and they're gonna mow her down. And here they come. Here comes Pickles. He's like Fabio of horses. Maybe we'll catch him running. They think they're gonna get a treat. Oh, yeah, they run around the property. It's fun to watch them. They're running around earlier, so yeah, priorities. It is priorities. No doubt about that. Yeah, and it's not cold, but it's cool out here. It's probably 70, 65, 70 right now. It's cool. So there's Beulah. Beulah is actually a mini mule. So she's half mini horse and half mini donkey. Pickles is a mini horse. And then Eugene is a mini donkey. He's actually black under all his hair. And he's kind of reddish colored when he's got full hair. Super friendly guy. He is happy, happy, happy little guy. And he little. So maybe 150 pounds, I don't know, 200 pounds. He's not very big. And then we have the world's biggest donkey on earth. So he's a standard donkey out of Arizona from BLM. Hello, Eugene. What's up, buddy? I got the electric fence, dude. They can't reach over. So he was coming over to get petted. You get out here and Eugene is all over you. He's definitely a happy, happy guy. But this donkey showed up, a long story, but he's not supposed to be here, but he's now found his home. He found his forever home because we only wanted mini animals. And this guy was supposed to be, he was supposed to be a small standard. And the guy dropped him off. And I says, I can't take him. He's got to stay here. And I said, it's a long story, but he doesn't look super big standing there because I'm above him a little bit here. But if you walk up to him, he's big. He's really big. So, yee yee, us lives. Hey, there's my family. There you go. So yeah, he's big boy, and his name's Willard. And Willard's from Arizona. He's got really cool stripes on his legs. Look at that. So he's a BLM donkey, just come off the desert, and now he's here, and he's got great markings. You can see how big he is here now. He's big boy. Um, but he was very standoffish at first. We couldn't get anywhere near, like, see how compared to the smaller donkey he is. Um, yeah, he was supposed to, on Pickles. Yeah, he was supposed to be small. And he was, like I say, he was very standoffish at first. He wouldn't even get hardly near us. We could barely even pet him. And then now like I said, he figured it out. He figured out my bride is like the animal whisperer. And so, yeah, he found his spot. He definitely found his spot. Oh, that's what we got going on here today at the old Jimmy James garage. My pipe is totally out because I haven't been smoking it. Yeah, so pretty good stuff. It's relaxing. Nothing like going out and watching the animals and just roaming around. They're a lot of work, don't get me wrong. They're kind of a pain in the butt. But today's like today when they were running through the field when they first got put out there, and their manes are blowing and they're running at you and all that. It was pretty cool. So, and then Go Fast Racing, what's up? What's up? And then is the animal behind you an avocado? Well, it would be a chicken. Oh, they're running again. Look at them. Off they go. They love their big pasture. Oh, who knows? They're playing all day. So let's see. Yep, it was cool. Bar 46 Farms, what's up? And then also big shout out to Bar 46. I don't know if you guys are into like one ingredient pet treats out there, but they go to their website and get their stuff. You have a dog or they have chews and things like that. They have one ingredient, nothing else in it. So real healthy stuff. Real healthy stuff. So, and then is the animal behind you an avocado? So I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to elaborate. Oh, I need to know. Inquiring minds want to know what that means. But yeah, we're just kind of standing out here and should be doing some work, but it's the end of the day and we're pretty much done. We've had we have a bunch of new Nigerian baby dwarf goats. Um, Nature's awesome. Lucky to still have some surrounding me here in Orange County. Boy, the Orange County I'm thinking of, there ain't much. They've kind of taken over Orange County. It's Los Angeles has kind of grown into it. But yeah, that's good. You are really lucky to have it. Really lucky. Here in North Central Idaho, we don't have neighbors for the most part. I mean, we have them. I have one up here, is fairly close, but the next one's a couple acres that way, and Bob's over here across the road. So yeah, and then we're real fortunate. We know our neighbors really well, and they're all really good people. Really good. I can't say enough about them. So, let's see here. What's a Bar 46 farm? So Bar 46 Farm is a ranch here in North Central Idaho at a cul-de-sac, and they raise Wagyu beef. In fact, the beef I have are an F1 cross that we're raising, and they're Japanese Wagyu type cattle. And what they do at Bar 46 is they do it different than everybody else. They don't have a bunch of barking dogs and horses and cattle prods and everything else. They get hand fed for the most part. They got a big giant, what they call a monoslope, that's the size of a building at the fairgrounds, and they just do it a different way. They give them the best grass, they give them the best water, they give them zero stress, super nice trees that they can lay underneath. They don't run all over the place, and they see humans every day. You know, his family, and he is selling dog treats. So it's a no waste type farm. So he's selling the internals, and they just dehydrate them, package them, and off they go. There's no preservatives in them, no nothing in them. And then they sell hide chews. They're not rawhide, they're hide chews. And they shave the hair down on them to have the appropriate amount of hair for flossing and cleaning their intestines and all that good stuff. And then they roll them a bunch and then dehydrate them. There's nothing else in them. You know, like the rawhides, they're from China, that are made from horses and kangaroos and who knows what they are. These are actual beef hides. And so, yeah, if you guys get a chance, go to Bar 46 and look at their stuff. I know a lot about it because I've known the family. In fact, I've known some of the family members before they were born. Um, yeah, most of them before they were born. And I help occasionally out there when they do cattle and when they run them and get their, pregnant checks and, that kind of stuff. And um, we walk them into the chutes. We don't hit them with freaking cattle prods and chase them with barking dogs. It's uh, it's a different way to do it. And I've done it at other people's places a little bit. I'm not a cowboy by no means. I'm not going to claim to be, but I've seen what other people do, and they do it a whole different way. See, Idaho, that's the good stuff. Thank you, Go Fast Racing. We like Idaho. We like it a lot. And then north, okay, north, probably Orange County. You got to be north of me to be that light out. Yeah, oh yeah, no, we're way north. So we're Oregon, Washington, and Idaho all come together. That's about where we are on the map. exactly who that is. Yep, you know exactly. And um, yeah, I'll explain a little more to you. But yes, you know who it is. Um, how do I describe him? He looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Uh, yeah, you know, usually on Fridays we go to Woody's to have dinner. We have date night on Fridays, and that's why I don't come on YouTube a lot of times on Fridays. And they're out of town, and so they got family there watching their farm and taking care of the animals, and they're out having fun. So we didn't do that. So no volume, huh? You're back, okay? You're muted. Did you guys hear all that? I wonder why it went out because it's looking like it has things there. So I can learn quickly anything, and they say the milk is the freshest from the farm. That's what they say. Let's see here. No volume. Okay, I guess I'm back. So I'm back. All good now. Cool. You're back. Yeah, I know exactly. Yep, I know. Yeah, you know it is. So, yep. So today, date night's off today. So, like I said, they're doing graduation stuff. So they'll be back. We'll probably be at it. I don't know. It won't be next week because I'm gonna have to go pick up that special little prize I'm gonna save because I can't put it on here because I'm gonna have to. I want to film it obviously and do a video about it because it's gonna be it's a vehicle I drove when I think I was 11. I think it was 1978 the first time I drove it. So should be kind of cool because it's going to be here. And next week it'll be here right here in the shop. We're going to get it running again. Shouldn't take much to get it running. So let's see here. Any other questions about the plants or critters? What would you uh, pick? Um, pick B Bressa? I don't know what that means. What was your pick, B? So we do. We don't do any plants for the most part. So it would have to be animals. Like I said, I'm not a cow person. Um, a lot of people love cows. I like eating them, but they are a pain in the butt to me. Um, People think they're really dumb, and I don't know that they're super smart, but they have personalities just like anything else. Um, and that's my personal opinion on it. A lot of people love cows; they love them. They're okay with me. They just tend to do what they want and break a lot of stuff. They're just a lot of work that, yeah, I'm not into. I do like the mini horses. I like how they respect the fences. I like how they come up to us. Not that the cows don't, because the cows, I'm graining those other two, and they come running across the field today. They saw me and they were like, "Oh my gosh, my friend's here." But yeah, I would be more of a dog person or a or the cows. I like the little goats, the Nigerian dwarfs. They're fine. You know, I don't really have a. Um, yeah, they're fine. I like them. I do like those. I definitely like the little horses and the little donkey. You know, Eugene's really cool, and Pickles and Beulah. Beulah is one of those animals, and I think every animal has a Beulah. And she is bossy, and she doesn't listen sometimes, and does what she wants to do, and then, but she's always there with us. I mean, you walk out there, and Beulah's right there. So as soon as I walked out here, Beulah come running over. So I don't see her; she's gone now. So she run off the edge of the hill or something. So she went and did her thing, but yeah, it's still way light out. In fact, it gets light here at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Light enough where you can walk out and don't need a flashlight or anything. I mean, you can see real well by 4 this time of year. And then the sun doesn't drop down here till, oh man, it'll be pretty light till way after 9 o'clock. So we don't get a lot of darkness around here. So this time of year, that's for sure. But all right, back to the shop and the chair. All right. So they're all slid up again. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of what we got going here. So it's been 50 minutes. Let's see if the pipe still lights. I'm sure it does. Yeah, there it goes. All right, we're good to go. So let me know what we got out there. Got any more questions or anything like that? If you guys already haven't done it, go to Cold Break and actually go to Cold Break's YouTube. And then there's some videos on there for a contest we're in. It ends here on Monday, ends on June 9th. And we're right there to win this thing. So hopefully I can get some more views and more likes and more stuff. I'm going to be hammering it kind of hard and then see if we can. Where'd you get the longboard surfboard? I got it in Reno. So, you know that back way you come from like South Reno, if you're going to head back towards Sparks, that new big super highway right there, and they built some brand new homes up there. And this is probably 5 years ago when they put it all in, and all the wild horses are on the road there on the highway. Right there, a guy had it for sale on Marketplace, and I went and picked it up. And he was out of Southern California, big surf guy, used it forever. I was going to put it on my old wagon, I just never did. So yeah, it's sitting right there in the above. You can kind of see it there. There we go. That's it. So that's where it sits. I got no use for it in Idaho. So it sits on the shelf. Let's see here. Southeast connector. I don't know what the Southeast connector means there, Phil. I'm not sure what you're getting at with that. Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's that big. It used to be like an old road, but yeah, it's like a big freeway now. So yeah, the new road. Yep. So just as you leave South Reno, I don't know, you go a couple of miles. They built some brand new homes up there, and that's where the guy lived. He was a younger guy, not super young, but he definitely wasn't no Jimmy James garage age. And I saw it on there, and I had to have it. So, Mark, yeah, there's nothing like smoking a pipe. I've just discovered that. Oh, yeah, my house is 2 minutes from the connector. Okay. Yeah, I remember you saying that before because we didn't invite you to the Texas Roadhouse. I still feel bad about that because I did invite you, just didn't show up. And that's where we stay. Um, my lifelong friend of my parents, he's right there. Um, oh yeah, he rode Texas Roadhouse tonight. That's cool. Yeah, he used to live right there by the Texas Road. I mean, right there. He lived on Vazelli or whatever Selly or something it's called, just past 7-Eleven back in there. So in a little neighborhood area, like gated community. There's 3 homes in there behind this gate, and then now he's moved to another place. And his another place, in fact, when I come to Reno, you got to come look at his garage. He's got one of the best garages on earth. The house is not very big. House is probably, I don't know, 1,800 square feet, 15, 18, something. It's like almost like an apartment. It's brand new. And the whole bottom is all friggin' garage. He has an elevator to get to the house, but his garage, and it overlooks Reno. It's up on the hill, and he's got a big giant flat turnaround area. And there's super tall ceilings in it. They're all coated floors. It's got solar doors on it for the wintertime to stay warm. I think it's 6 or 7 bays, double wide bay type thing with these giant electric doors. It's freaking cool. It's it's a garage. It's a Jimmy James garage. It's a Jimmy James garage times 1,000. It's pretty cool. It has a showroom. So the office, and then he has a show area. The guy that built it had a Porsche, and he put his Porsche in the showroom area. So you look at it from his office. You pull through the garage, and then it has another little platform. You drive into it, and then the window is a huge, big, giant, like a garage window, huge, big thing. And you can sit at your desk, and your car is right there in this little enclosed box. He doesn't have anything in it. I'm like, man, we got to put something in there. So let's see. I'm still living in Greenville, South Carolina, but I will be moving to North Idaho in October. So what part of North Idaho are you moving to? That's cool. I am. Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I almost know exactly where you are. So, yep. Let's go. I need to see it for the future. Yep. So, when we're there in August, we'll go by. I'll have you guys come over and we'll take a look at it. You can even ride the elevator if you want. We got stuck in the elevator, Ed and I did. Last time I was there, I was helping to move some more stuff. And Chris is with us. And Chris had headed home, and we were done. We were moving stuff all day. We got in the elevator and went halfway up, and it stopped on us. Lucky we pushed a couple buttons and took back off. We had it serviced, but it was like, damn, you got us stuck in the elevator. Oh, but it's serviced. It's good to go now. And that's where I picked up those steel wheels there in Reno when I was there that day. I've also been smoking a pipe and cigars for 30 years, Mark says. So, yeah, I'm new at this. I'm about 3 weeks into it. Flawless fabrication. They were asking about the drink truck earlier. Phil was asking, and I said we had to put it off a couple weeks because you've been working. So, what does Flawless Fabrication have to say? Hey, you don't answer your phone. I was sitting there with Cletus McFarland trying to get you a hold of you. I'm on live, Ryder. So tell Cletus to go look at my live. But oh well. So tell Cletus I said, what's up? What's up? You know, if it would have been Freiburger, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so Spirit Lake, Spirit Lake, Spirit Lake. Trying to think. I know where Spirit Lake is. I can't put it together. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's up by Coeur d'Alene somewhere, I guess. So I don't know that I've been to Spirit Lake. I've heard of it, and I can't put it. Can't think of where it is. Happens when I get old. I don't think I've been to it, so I'll see him again. Well, what can I say, Ryder? I'm on YouTube doing a live, and north of Coeur d'Alene. Okay. So I haven't been north of Coeur d'Alene um, on the Idaho side. I've been on the Washington side, but I've never been on the Idaho side north of Coeur d'Alene. So that explains. I've been up to the farthest place north we've been is Silverwood, and Silverwood is really cool. I got him some Heights Butcher Shop steaks. I'll be taking him. Oh, cool. So you're going to get Cletus all hooked up. So a lot of you don't know, Ryder runs around with some guys that do all those jet boat stuff, and that's what I'm guessing. Is that a good guess, Ryder? He was doing jet boat stuff? So Ryder goes to those guys with the jet boats and hangs around those guys and always hooks them up with jerky and steaks and things because my oldest son owns Heights Butcher Shop. So that's cool. How far are you from Spokane? So um, my Lewiston's 80 miles from Spokane, and we're 45 miles from Lewiston. But really, Lewiston's our closest town. I mean, we can go out to Grangeville, and I went there today, but there ain't much in Grangeville. I think there's a Napa and an AutoZone and Ace Hardware and a couple things like that, but it's 3,000 people. Where Lewiston, I think that whole valley is probably about 75,000 people. It's got Costco and Walmarts and all that stuff. North 40. Um, but yeah, I was in Spokane 2 days ago. That's where I got this. So we go to Spokane a lot because I don't know if you guys have ever been to Spokane, but they're cleaning it up. A couple years ago, Spokane was pretty rough. It had homeless everywhere. And yeah, it was pretty rough. And this time around, the cops are all cleaning it up and getting rid of everybody and making them cleaning up the streets. And it's just neat. Oh, yeah. Yep. He's racing tomorrow. So Cletus is racing tomorrow. And I guess Ryder's down there with them. And so if anybody knows who Cletus McFarland is, that's where he's hanging with. So what up, pipe man? There we go. Just my new pipe. This is my Savinelli, my Italian Savinelli. But this one is the Bing's favorite. So it's a very, very nice pipe. There is a big difference between cheap pipes, or not. I don't want to say cheap. I paid like $50 for one. It was good. Um, and then when you drop into the over $100 range, these are pretty nice. Light it up. Yeah, I've been lighting it up all night. I keep talking and it keeps going out. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so back to your thing there, Robert. Spokane's not very far. We go there a lot. Idaho's a little different. Everything here is like an hour away. It's just so wide open, so many ranches and farms. There's just not much between here and there. My son that lives in North Lewiston, there up in the orchards, there's really not much between here and there. I mean, there really isn't, including traffic. So we go there all the time. His house is like 45 miles from mine, and I literally can make it there in 45 minutes. I mean, it's just, and it takes me a little bit to get down to the highway, but once you hit the highway and hit 65, it's all the way to his house pretty quick. So there you go, lit it up. LS George was there too. Again, what Ryder's talking about is he's talking about the jet boat races on the river. You know, on the are they racing on the Snake River, Ryder? Where are they racing? So what I found with pipes is they're so relaxing. They really are. They just like make you chill. And then my guy Gandalf. I have a Gandalf type pipe too over here. I have a whole collection of them. I become quite the pipe guy in the last month. I got one of these here, a Danco Church Warden. Oh, it's real long. Oh, it's but that's the Danco. Picked it up from a buddy of mine, and I picked up a whole collection of them. I got a whole stack of them sitting here. Let's see here. Hell yes! All right. And then population of Greenville County, South Carolina, is 675,000 dumbasses. So I'm going to be in Bonner, Bonner County, or Bonner County is so, which is I think is 53,000. I'd be surprised it's that much up there, but so I'm in the smallest county in the state of Idaho, not land wise. We're in the biggest county in Idaho, and we're in the fifth largest landmass county in the United States. But we have, wait for it, 14,000 people in one stoplight and 2 time zones. That's how big this area is. Right in the center of the state, north central, right where it starts to peak together. And Idaho County, in fact, they always say, don't say Idaho, say, what are they always saying? Iowa. We're from Iowa because we're a very low population, very low. And everybody here is related or has known somebody their entire life, and then they're related some way, somehow. And moving here, I thought, well, we'll see how it works out. You know, we're going to be new people in a really ingrained community. This community is real tight knit and real ingrained, and they've welcomed us with open arms, and it's been really, really nice. Um, they may call us bad names behind our back, but they don't. They're just such nice people around here. They're just so easygoing, and we don't bring any drama. So it's been a great move for us, and we've come from this type of area. Even though we're in California, we're in a real northern, rural area. In fact, it was really rural. But um, here, they just, unless you're here and you live here and you kind of visit here, they're really different here. They're just and different in a good way. Um, they're just happy to see you. They're polite. They're nice. We're likable. Like I said, everybody knows everybody. We really are fortunate. We really found our spot. So Mark says, yeah, good smoke, good drink, good conversation is what makes life. And nice. Yeah, you know, I enjoy it out here. A lot of times my bride's sitting there. In fact, our last life, she kind of sat out here. I think tonight she's sitting upstairs and she's probably watching down here because she can see down here. And I'm sure she's watching on her phone and making sure I don't get in trouble or say bad things. But yeah, we enjoy relaxing and doing our things, you know, being retired. And now my new thing is my Jimmy James Garage YouTube. Um, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I have 2 videos I need to post, but I've just been doing lives and little shorts, and I've been so concentrating on this cold break um, 10 tap deal that I want to win, and we're so close to. I look at it every day, and I look at the competition, and I'm right there. Will I win it? I think I have a hell of a chance. Can I get beat by a couple of them? I think they have a hell of a chance. At least put it that way. You know, when you pull up to a car show and you think, I got a pretty nice car. I think this thing will do well here. And then, a slick 65 pulls up next to you and a couple other ones you're like, oh, we got competition now. There's a couple of them, I think actually, to be honest with you, I was looking at all the videos. They're all pretty good. I think Cold Break did a pretty good job with that. I think they ended up with some real competition in there. It's pretty good. Like I said, I'm proud of my video. I think my video turned out well. We kind of did it off the cuff. We didn't rehearse it a bunch. I just spit it out. I did a couple retakes on it because I didn't mention the right things. Other than that, that was it. We knocked it out of the park, and we did 3 or 4 little segments and pieced 3 of them together as one video. And overall, I think it was kind of good. We had lucked into the chicken standing up there, and I just happened to notice he was there. Went to say what I was going to say, and I messed up. And I said, "Let's do it again." And then I said it again, and I went, "And you get a chicken." And I look back, and he's falling off, and he's doing his chicken thing. So it was that's the way it is around here. Sometimes, we have chickens, and animals always provide endless entertainment. There's no doubt about that. So okay, so Ryder said something that I missed. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Says, hey, you didn't answer your phone. Okay, I got that part right. I didn't answer my phone. Let's go. Let's go. Population, good smoke. I don't see it, Ryder. I saw you put on something there. Oh, there it is. So it's a track they just got built. Oh, where'd they build it? Where's the track? And Ryder, what are you doing right now? So I got a lot. I got it going now, though. See him rumbling out the end. So we need. Anybody else got any questions about what's going on here? And again, do the like and subscribe thing, and do all that while you're visiting. And is there any other questions? I'd be more than glad to have a conversation with you. And then, Rob, I don't know if you're still out there. I'm sure you are. Well, I hope you are. Did you ever get a pipe? And then let me know if your package showed up and what you think. I want to make sure that hat fits. So, keep me posted on that. Not yet on both. Yeah, we sent it Monday morning. So, you know, I mean, our, I got to tell you, our post office here is really good. I've lived in places where the post office stinks, but our people here are great. But again, it's a small community, and they know everybody and everything. I've said it a couple times in these lives and on regular videos that my wife had lost something in the mail. It didn't show up, and then they said what happened. They called her and said, "Hey, here's what's going on." Blah blah blah. And it was funny. They call you on the. We're like, the post office is calling. What are they calling us for? And our so made us laugh. We were like, well, he goes, "Hey, I'm your post guy, your post office, your delivery guy." And how he got a hold of us, I have no idea, but he did. Okay, so Phil, there you go. Let's see here. Great live chat tonight, buddy. I'm going to hit the hay. Have a good night, brother. Hey, you have a good night, and I'll message you a little later. Um, but yeah, thanks for joining in on us. I appreciate you being here. And then I look forward to August there when we're all together and having fun, and we're, having a good time relaxing. I might even bring a pipe. Maybe I'll bring 2 pipes. What the heck? Um, but I'm really looking forward to. I look forward to Hot Ice Nights every year. I really enjoy it. Um, as Phil knows, the kind of the small little group I hang around with, they're just everybody there is stellar. They're just really fun to be around. They're funny. They're laid back. They don't give 2 shits about stuff. They're just cool. And yeah, that's my kind of people. So, anyways, Phil, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And when I'm there, I really want to film the truck you and your boy are working on. I really want to do that. I was going to hit you up when I get there, so be prepared to be hit up because I think that is a cool story to me. I think that's what it's all about. So, all right, sounds great. Can't wait. We'll see you then. Anybody else? Like I think you're getting kind of late. I know it's 8:40. So 8:40, 9:40, 10, 11:40 back east, huh? Oh, and I think my pipe's done. It's got a little bit left. So I got to tell you, Rob, if you buy a pipe, it's worth the money buying a good one. And I don't know how good. I don't know what the level of good is. Um, like I said, Vance sold me that $50 one. It's good. I liked it. This is 100 or a little over 100, and it's noticeably different. It's almost smooth. I don't know how to explain it, but it's the other one's a little more clunky. Um, where this just kind of sip out of it, and it's just like we can take big draws, and get a lot out of them. So Mark says I'm still working on getting the Chevy rolling. So Mark, explain us to this what you're working on exactly, because a lot of people here don't know what's going on with it. So I want to hear all about it, and I know they're reading and watching also. So I'm still not getting that Chevy rolling yet. It was supposed to go today. It was supposed to go all week. Let's just be honest with it. I go out here, go to do something, and doesn't happen. I cleaned the bench up, didn't happen. Um, I moved the table out here, and we drank and had a few cocktails and a pipe, and then today we got caught up working on engine or horse stuff, and so that's cool. So what Rob said I need to up to Main Street here. There's a tobacco shop. There's that not just a smoke shop. Yeah, that's the problem. I went to a couple of them smoke shops, like a bunch of tweakers in there. Like they got tobacco. They can't tell you nothing. I'm thinking, these guys are on parole, every one of them. And I walk in and they're like, we violated. But yeah, go to an actual um, tobacco place. Like I said, this guy here in Spokane, man, he is unbelievable. He is sharp and personable and nice. And his place, if you get a chance, go online and go to Tobacco World. And the guy, I think his name was Todd, right? Or Doug Top. He he's just a good old boy. He's in there. He's got the ball game on the TV. He's got this old world shop inside there, all set up really nice. All the pipes displayed. He had used pipes, and this is a used pipe. This wasn't brand new, but it doesn't have any teeth marks on it. It's brand new. Like you said, he takes them in, and what he does with them is he trades them out. Guys don't like them or want to try it, and then I want to try this one, and they're moving up. He's got thousands of dollar pipes. He's got cheap $10 ones. He's got $1,000 ones, and he's got a whole thing of look at his area for his tobacco. It's really cool. He's got all these mason jars, and it's all filled with tobacco. And then he has like these tin ones. He's got the Colt, and he told me the Colt is the one you got to try. And I'll be honest with you, everyone I've tried so far, that's the best. Even better than the Jubilee that he said. Jubilee's the number one seller in the United States, he said. And it was good. No bite. It was just kind of bland. But this Colt, man, this thing smells this place up good. And I smoke the aromatic because I'm new at this. Um, but look him up. Just go look at his website. I left him a review, and told him how great it was. And yeah, I walked all around it, looked at his glass cases with all these laying there. Like he had a couple of these used ones in there. And I said, well, what's all? He goes, oh, these are used. I go, they're used. And he's like, yeah, they're not like used by some crackhead. They're not all chewed up. And, these are actual quality pipes that, they've been smoked once or twice and then they resell them because a lot of guys, they just don't want a pipe collection. They want one or two and they sell them back and move on. It was just, the guy is really, really sharp. So, yeah. Plus, like you said, Rob, that guy's a car guy, even better. 78 C10, that's cool. I did have a 250 straight six in it, putting in a 350 board 40 over with a roller cam. Decided to be the odd personal and paint the engine white, and it's 3 on the tree. So my son Ryder, Flawless Fabrication, who's been on here talking about Cletus McFarland and all that, and he's out at the jet boats with all those guys. He has wanted to paint his engine white forever. We've looked at every white motor you can look at. I just painted this thing, the intake. In fact, Rob, who's on there, kind of yay, nay guy. Hey, can I do that, Rob? Yeah, or no, or yes, I like that, or don't like that, So I painted mine an odd color. I'll show you since we're wrapping this up here pretty quick. Let me swip this thing around. So I painted it. That's a titanium, and it's called titanium silver blue. And it is actually a couple year color only for a Pontiac GTO. And then what I ended up doing is the motor was black. So you can kind of, let me turn the light on. So you can kind of see the motor is still black down there. And it's got the aluminum heads. Another trick I always do, I always put bolts in those holes for the accessories. I don't use them all the way down the intake and everything. I used to use the button head ones. I didn't have any button heads, but I had these stainless ones, so I threw them in there. I'll probably switch to button heads, but I just put the CVF mid-mount serpentine belt alternator with the whoa, come on now, with the electric water pump, and then the aluminum pulleys comes with it. It comes with the fan for it. Yeah, so I can get in there and look at it real nice. And this motor's been decked. I was going to paint the block, but it's not really feasible to paint it in the car. So there was no way to do it. And I was going to go back with black. And then I have a couple of videos on how I did these valve covers and polish those Chevrolet back up. And in fact, those headers look dingy in the camera. It's funny how things turn out personally than they do on the camera, but those are coated Hooker Super Comps. And then this thing turned out really, really, really well. This CVF stuff, if you are in the market for anything like that, buy the CVF. CVF has really quality stuff. Like Rob and I were talking, I do like my hose clamps, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch those over to the CVF hose clamps. CVS has like a bolt-on style hose clamp that's really cool, all billet aluminum, really cool. And then so I have my one wire coming over, which I think I'm going to go to a bigger wire because I have a bigger one over. I have a 1/0, but I still been doing it with I've been cleaning these up. These were all just kind of, let me show you what I did here. There's kind of all bare wire, just kind of hanging everywhere. So I tucked them in there and I put a relay and I taped them all off and moved them all in. And I actually bought a thing for the ground. I'm going to tuck it back in there and kind of get it just kind of tucked in. Not a show car. This is just a driver. Yeah, it's just a driver car. And then what Rob was talking about these wheels right here. So these wheels are going to go on it, these Steelies with those caps. And then instead of the Kragers, so those are Kragers, believe it or not. Yeah, that's the bad boy there. So yeah, there you go. So that's what we're gonna do. And yeah, those square body 78 C10s are freaking cool. In fact, if you've ever watched Survivor, Coach Ben Wade from CBS's Survivor, his vehicle is right here. So that's his vehicle. I got it here. He's on the 50th season of Survivor. It's going to get aired end of this year to the beginning of next. And I'm doing a tune-up on it. And so when the 55 is done and I get back on it here next week, I got to get that in the shop and get it running right. But that's his. So if you watch that program, that's his Blazer. It's his daily driver. And I'll give you a hint what he's doing right now. His daily driver is here. So if his daily driver's here and he's on the 50th season, hasn't aired yet, that kind of tells you what's going on. And we will be filming it all. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So, yeah. And see, Rob, remember I keep talking about I get the oil changed? I got to get the oil changed. So I cleaned the bench off, kind of, till I got more parts. But then that's as far as it got. But I'm going to put those on there. So, well, that's kind of what we're looking at here. So yeah, that's the status of all this. Boy, my gimbal's having issues. It's being bad. So let's see here. So Mark says, I like that color. You know, the color is cool. It's kind of in my, I had an old wagon and I painted it. I'm trying to do two things here. I'm trying to talk. Let me put this thing down. So this gimbal, there it goes. It's fired back up again. All right. There we go. Yeah, and for your hot rod guys, I got the old Famoso racing shirt on. My Famoso drags. So that's no more anymore, but yeah, so yeah, the color was cool. I really liked the color of that. It kind of adopted it. So, but the white's cool. I can't wait to see it. I don't know how I'm going to be able to see it, but hopefully I can see it out there. Let's see. My 350 has an old double hump heads. What, 202 valves? Yep. Some of them, yeah, with 202 valves. Okay. Let's see. Talk to text doesn't recognize redneck language. I know. I talk to text all the time. And then my buddy who owns Bar 46, every time I text him, I used to write reports for him. And he's like, dude, when'd you forget how to write? I don't write anymore. I talk to text. Hey, cleaning the bench is one step closer. Yeah, I cleaned it. And then in 3 days, I got freaking junk back on it. So yeah, it needs to be cleaned up. This shop, I had it kind of clean. Then we moved a bunch of stuff in it, had the kids' stuff in here, and then I had my oldest sons and my youngest sons and my stuff. And it goes really clean 1 minute and then it turns to junk the next. So I need to keep up on, make it look like yours. I saw yours. I was like, in fact, my bride says, man, Rob's got a nice shop. Kind of like, hey, maybe you should clean up that junk. Like I should clean up my junk after seeing yours. Let's see here. I'm just catching up. Had to step away for a bit, taking care of a sick wife. Oh, she's still not feeling good, huh? So hope she's starting to feel better at least, maybe, huh? Hopefully. It yeah, getting sick sucks. It definitely sucks. So yeah, I bought these little jumpers. They're pretty nice. So you know, bolted on one side, bolt the other, and it'll have hot on both sides when you connect it over. And mainly I wanted to do, I got a red and a black one. Wanted to do this because when you run a timing line on this thing and the disconnect and the battery's all in the trunk. So there's nowhere to hook a timing light. Anytime you need power, you're like, we're checking stuff, you don't have power. So got to run a jumper. Why, it's a pain in the ass. So my dad sent me, he's like, hey, Amazon's got some nice ones. And like he said, Amazon is local because it shows up at your shop. And 2 days later, I ordered it on a Sunday and it was here on Tuesday. And I ordered it Sunday night and they showed up Tuesday. And They're good quality. They're nice. They're really nice, and they look good. So I'm real happy. And then Rob, yep, a little better. That's good. Glad to hear it. Tell her to take care and hope she feels better quick because being sick sucks. And we all get our turn. That's the thing. And just built a bigger bench. Yep, that's a good thing there, Mark. A bigger bench is better. The only problem I have with bigger benches is I put more junk on them. And I'm an anti-junk person, even though I got junk everywhere. I don't like junk. I don't like it, but it ends up being here. I'm lazy and put stuff down where I was supposed to. I drug this metal table in here, and I told my bride I do not want car parts or any junk on it. Nothing, except for like my pipe stuff and maybe food or drink. That can stay. No garbage. I don't have anything on it. There's no garbage on there. There's only pipes, tobacco, and the lighter for it. That's it. So it's been here for about 4 days now, 3 or 4 days, and I've kept my word for 3 or 4 days. We'll see how it goes in 2 weeks. I don't want to. I've told myself I'm not going to put anything on that. So, um, yeah, your local Amazon, works out pretty good. Even come with some little, little, little screws to put it in. I guess I don't know. I'll put it in with regular type bolts though. But yeah, I was very impressed with these things. They were like $9, delivered, and then I'll hide them up under these somewhere where they don't see them. And it'll look good. All right. Well, I hope everybody's having a good night out there. Make sure you go to Cold Break and watch the video. We're on the final stretch. We're hoping we can win that thing. And then we'll move on to the next thing. We got the little vehicle coming here in the next week or so. By about next week, it should be here. Got to go get it. It is a vehicle. I'm going to tell you that. It is a vehicle. I'm going to tell you it's older than 1960. It's 1959 or older. It's the first vehicle I ever drove in my life, and I put a lot of hours in it and driving it both. Um, Extremely sentimental. I'm pretty fortunate. Eric says, "Nice car. Thank you, appreciate it." Um, the uh, the vehicle is very sentimental to me. It's going to stay in our family. It's not going to ever be for sale. Um, it is. It's cool. When I was a kid, I always said I wanted a '55 Chevy or this kind of vehicle. You know that kind of it wasn't really practical, so it was what I wanted. And I needed a car. I didn't need one of these other things. So yeah, it's gonna be here. It's gonna be fun. I'll have a whole video and a story about it, how it transpired and how it took place and what the plans. Well, I'll tell you the plans are. The plans are going to be is give it back to running to like it was when I was a kid, and it's not going to take much to do it. Um, it's going to take very minimal stuff. It was just parked, and it was just parked. That was it, and it was parked in a shop. I've seen it probably 100 times parked in the shop. Mentioned it to them a bunch of times. Hey, we need to get that thing going again. Need to get that thing going again. Is he had any mice in it or anything? I don't know, but it'll be pretty simple stuff. So um, they said it just wasn't just stop right. It didn't stop right. It just parked. So um, complete fluid going to go through it, things like that. So, and then Mark says, "Well, I'm going. I'm calling it a night. It's midnight here. Thanks, Mark, for participating in my live, and love to hear more about your '78 C10 with the white engine. I would love to know where to go look at it. If you have it online or something, because I love interacting with people and all their stuff. This is like my online car guy stuff. I do, car guys in person too, in my shop, and then this. So I'm very interested. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. And thanks for all the questions and keeping the live going and interesting and stuff. And I do appreciate it. And it's Friday night, midnight, and you have a great night. And I'm just about done here myself. I got to go in. I've been doing my evening workout. It's already 9 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see what kind of motivation I have. So I don't know that I have that kind of motivation, but we'll see how it goes. Let's just put it that way. It might be more motivation tomorrow. yeah, so we're going to finish up some stuff here, and we'll get to the vehicle here. I keep getting vehicles stepping in front of that Safari over there. So, and then now it's bumping back on the 52, but the drink truck has to go. The drink truck has to be done in 2 weeks, and the Blazer has to be done. So those are priority number one. This will be done. I got to get it going tomorrow. Then I can park it off the side. It'll be running if I want to go to a car show or if I want to go to the Cars and Coffee, that kind of stuff. So that's an oil change away in one of these. And that'll be ready to go. Then we will, maybe Sunday, I'll get that Blazer in here and kind of get some stuff ordered up and kind of figure out what's going on with it. And then get that bad boy going, get that thing back to Coach. And then so when Coach gets back from his not here, he can have his daily driver, and hopefully it all works out good. I mean, it will. So the thing runs pretty good, actually. So it's got a little rattiness to it just because it hasn't been tuned up. Yeah. And it's cool. It's a nice Blazer. Golly. It's got autometer gauges behind the dash, and it's got some kind of a small block in it. You know, they pulled it apart. It's got a carburetor, so they took the injection off it. I'm not sure why they did that. Ben did not do it. The Coach didn't do it. Somebody else did that. And so it's definitely not running right. It's a dog. It actually has zero power. Doesn't smoke or anything like that. It runs good, but it's just like, it's not getting full throttle, or the throttle blades are not, something's not right. I mean, it's a freaking dog. We were coming back from Granger. I took it for a test drive to see what was going on with it. And up a little slope or a little bit of it, I was to the floor with it to get to 60, 65. If I would have had to pass somebody, that would not happen. It's a dog. I don't think I've ridden in such a dog before. We'll fix that, because I could tell it had something, but just not, something's not right. So, okay, well, that's about it for me. Want everybody to take care. Do the like, subscribe before you leave, and we're gonna end this thing because I'm gonna go back in the house. The pipe is done; it's cooling off. Get it all cleaned up later, and turn the lights off, and I don't know, maybe watch something on YouTube. Maybe watch TV. I don't know. We'll do something. I'm supposed to go downstairs and work out, but I don't know that I want to do that after running around in the field all day and got my steps in already. So you guys have a great night. And Rob, hope your bride feels better. Hope all is good to everybody out there. And if Cletus McFarland's watching their rider, tell him what's up. And I think that's it. We're going to say goodnight. Good night. Peace out. Heart, tap, tap, like, subscribe, go to Cold Break, do all that stuff. Do it quickly. Do it quickly.